Jørn Utzon, a man who thinks and lives only for architecture. These days, only for the architecture of the Opera House. It's from this deep absorption in all the aspects of his vocation that he has drawn his designs. This is a man who can see and enjoy the architectural merit and mechanical possibilities in the shape of a twig, who can resolve from theory and calculation a creation unlike anything in the world, a creation which in many ways is like the man himself. The massive base is like Utzon's grounding in the solid world of mathematical and physical properties and the laws of stress. The splendid ceremonial approach is like the rise to knowledge and eminence of this international prize winner. And at the top, the light, graceful, tough and almost fantastic shapes of the Opera House roof symbolize the vision which has grown from the solid foundation. We listen to him as he talks to Professor Ingham Ashworth.
You look down on the Opera House from any part of the town. You see it from the bridge, from the office buildings, from the new scheme, from the new rocks scheme. When it's built, you will see it from there. And it's so exposed, so there were almost no backside. You could not conceal anything, and you even looked down on the roof, which meant that you had to create something like a sculpture which could be seen from all sides. And besides that, it sits in a harbor with buildings of a square character, and you don't want to have the name Opera House written on it. You want to see this is an opera house, like you see this is a church. So I wanted it to come out from the uniform family of office blocks to stand out as a personality. You can all understand easily that you can make a flat plane up of square small elements, and they actually do that in all the office blocks in Sydney. They have these curtain walls which are built up of small frames with glass in them, prefabricated to great precision, and it's a beautiful way of making a facade of a building. When you then, as we have here, are dealing with curved forms, to make it easier to understand, I can, of this same piece of paper, make a vault. And this vault, you can see easily, Harry, you can make up of elements by cutting it up, parallel cuts, and by adding these elements together like small arches. This cylinder is curved only in one direction. I can't curve this in two directions. To visualize a thing which is curved in two directions, I could take a sphere which bent in all directions, and we actually ended up, we were through
Yes, we went through ellipses, parabolas, and all sorts of more complex forms before Jørn arrived at this sphere.
Ended up with a sphere, and when you have a sphere, you have a top of a sphere here, you know that you can cut that up from the top, the South Pole or North Pole, in slices which are similar. So we thought if you could get our shells in that sphere, we could make it of units, and we actually did that. And you can see here now I take the whole complex, the mayor shell, the biggest shell, covering the stage tower, and the entrance shell, and the two other shells which are covering the auditorium. Behind you can see all this whole group. It's only the half of it. It has the symmetrical part to go with it. This group I took out of the sphere, which again meant I took it out of a form which I could make up by small similar pieces. And Mr. Jack, would you please explain the structure?
Well, you see, Jørn has shown how this comes all out of the same sphere. Now, this is one large piece, and you might say that all these pieces could be cut out of one such piece. Well, now, just to enlarge the scale a bit, if you imagine, if you can remember, or you will know, but viewers might not, the long lines of longitude on the Earth. Well, in the same way as the lines of longitude, so each element of the sphere has been separated as a unit away from the whole, so that it can be pre-made, prefabricated, and then assembled together.